Howdy folks, and welcome back to 50 Nautical Mile Arc. It has been a while and I apologize, but real life comes first and real life has been getting in the way of Flight Simulator, but that's okay. But we are back today. We have a subscriber request. We're going to fly the B1900D Slant-Alpha. I had somebody request that I fly the Slant-Alpha because normally we fly this with GPS or RNAV, but today it's going to be Slant-Alpha. I did not practice. I was going to, but I decided not to practice because the point of this Flight Sim channel is to learn with you and practice with you. So, did not practice. I don't know how I'm going to do this yet. I have an idea how I'm going to do this. It's not going to be as smooth as the 727 where we have two nav radios and we can see the distance to the next VOR. At the same time, we can see the distance. We have two nav radios in this too, but from what I understand, I can only seem to pull up one at a time. So that's going to be a little bit different, but we'll figure this out. And I didn't make it easy. I could have flown from like Minneapolis to Duluth, but no, we're going to fly in Mexico. We're starting in Acapulco, and we're going to fly to Mexico City, which is a special airport, special restriction airport anyway. But then we're going to do it in the 1900 Slant-Alpha style. So this is something, it would have been worth it to practice, and it would be something worth doing a GPS approach, almost a touchdown, but we're not going to. I'm not making it easy. It's going to be fun. I checked the real world weather there because real world weather is turned on, and it looks like it favors runway 23. So I have the localizer approach for runway 23 pulled up on my other monitor. If the weather changes, and I'll pull up runway 5. But we have a flight plan. We are going to go to one VOR, and then when we depart that VOR, we're going to tune in the airport VOR, cross over the airfield at 11,000 feet, and then we have to do a 10 nautical mile arc somehow. So not only am I doing the Slant-Alpha for the first time, we're going to do an arc for the first time in the mountains. And I'm just looking at my chart. Yeah, 10,000 feet down to 8,700 within 6 miles. Okay, so we have a crazy descent too, and you must always remain within 12 nautical miles at all times of the VOR, or else you're going to crash to the mountains. We'll talk more about that when we get there, but I'll be panicking, so I just want to get that out of the way. So otherwise, I was going to say simple flight. Not really a simple flight. Simple in that we know this airplane very well, but we've never done Slant-Alpha, and we're going to do some mountain flying in a place we don't know. So that's the story. It's 6:41 a.m. simulator time. At least it was when I started this. The sun just jumped up a little bit. And it looks like we're kind of parked with the big airplanes. So no, there's 747 back there. Looking good. I think, well, if version 4 mesh is available for this area, we are using it. I'm pretty sure it is. Otherwise, I think that's it. I mentioned what I wanted to mention. So let's get this underway. I also apologize if you hear some loud sounds on the microphone. My wife discovered a new Netflix show, and she has it cranked up, which is, we have to put up with the sound, but it benefits me in that I have Flight Simulator time. So that's how this is going to work. Ground power is already turned on. People are boarding. They can see what they're doing. Emergency lights are being tested. So next we'll hop up here and pull up our fuel. Where is that on here? I'm so used to aircraft having built-in fuel now. R43, let's move that to like 2, and I don't think the flight time is going to be anywhere more than an hour, but you never know. So let's bring it up to 204, good enough for me. What is next? Oh, we got to apply. The changes come down here. And battery, oh good, my frame rate is caught up. Before I started recording, I had a lot of stuttering going on for some reason, and I'm glad that worked itself out. All right, battery, external lighting, we already, let's see, wing logo, that's already on. Recog now. Remove the static elements. Why does this put this different spot every single time? Let's remove static elements and close the baggage door. And let's try to close the passenger door from inside today, just to be a little different. If I can find that click spot. I don't think this is, oh yeah, there we go. That works. Okay. Hop in here then and close this door as well. The click spot's behind the seat somewhere. There it is. There we go. I feel like I am in Star Trek or something whenever that closes. Our emergency lights now can go to normal because it's too late to exit. You've had your chance. All right, come down here and use our EFIS, which fits on the screen with 1440p, and flip the power. And I must have skipped a step because we don't have, oh no, never mind, no we didn't. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's been a long time, I apologize. Close the wing window as well. There we go. All right, parking brake confirmed set. And was it? I was too busy looking at my mouse. Now that I have my mouse back. Fuel switches. So you turn these on, and we will view the main tank. But it uses exhaust auxiliary first. So this is viewing. It's not selecting the tank. All right, prop levers. Where's my preset? I have a preset for this. I'm determined to find it. And there it is. Reset everything, which also means I need to reset my rudder pedals too. Be right back. Rudder pedals have been reset, and let's see, where was I then? Auto ignition igniters up here, and ignition switch down here. Hold till it gets to about 18, I guess. I got 15 written down. Then normally you would introduce low idle, but it doesn't always work. Actually, I think in this most recent update it does. Let's see if it works on low idle. There's 15. Come here, low idle. Sounds like it's working. Good. We will do it somewhat by the book. I know this isn't exactly how you start this plane, but like I've said before, we are at the mercy of the simulator, and we do the best we can. And we're stable around 60, so we'll do the right generator, and then we'll do the left engine, which will pop up automatically because we only have one axis on our yoke, so both conditioners go up at the same time. And there we go. So the left generator, close that. Auto igniters off. When do I turn off external power? It should be on here. Oh yeah, right now. External power off. Sync the joysticks with Y on the keyboard, which I have mapped. Avionics can come on now. AC bus, right and left. Rudder boost down here between the seats. Climate. Oh, the weird frame rates again. All right, turn these on, and I'll just keep this to auto and watch get to 120 degrees in here. Flight plan on the GPS. Not today. We're not even going to do a flight plan, but we're going to erase what's in here. Oh, there's nothing in there. Okay. We're going to put in our VORs though. So, 115 point, we're leaving 115.9. We have 118 miles nautical miles till the next one. So let's put in 115.9. It's been such a long time. We push this, there we go. And then 0.9er and 115. And then switcheroni. There we go, 115.9er. The next one will be 113.1. So let's go like this and like that. So normally what I'm used to doing, oh, see, then we can do the radio 2 down here, I guess. But why would we really need the second radio? Because if this were the 727, I would use the second nav radio, so I could go over here and see the second distance knowing the flip. But we're not going to know. I can always go up here. And I think, is it this one? Yeah, VOR1. See, VOR1, VOR2. I could put in the second radio and, like, I guess the first radio, use the heading bug, flip to the second to see if we can get it yet. I guess we could do that. I don't know. Then this just tells you what your things look like. See, VOR2, ADF. Don't need that. I'm just showing you what this stuff does because we've never ever talked about this ever. And then you could do your different there you go, map, arc, and then HSI. We're leaving HSI, and you do different things up here. We're not gonna get too deeply into that, other than, I mean, so I could use, like, you know, VOR1, boom, set the heading bug, use heading select, see if we can get to the other VOR yet. Maybe we'll do that. Okay, so maybe we will use both radios. So 115.9er, the next one is 113.1, which means the first one we do here then will be 113.1. Flip that up. There we go. And then the standby one will be the actual VOR at the airport. So my chart says 115.6. The sim says 115.9. The reason why I know that is because when I was previewing charts, I found both radios on the internet. So the most accurate real life is 115.6, but in the sim, because my nav data is out of date, is 115.9er. Let's put 115.9er in here, ready to go. So when we cross over 113, we can pop that in, and then we'll know. There's also an NDB, which we would use if we were using runway 5, but right now the weather favors the other runway. Let's put it in here anyway in case the weather changes on us. That is 370, 370. So can we go backwards in this one? No, this one you have 3 click points apparently. 370, where's the outside one? Well, there we go, 370. We'll put that in ADF just in case. Put that at ADF over there, because over here, we really want both of them to be nav 1 and 2. Why are we picking up? Are we really picking up the second VOR? No, we're not, because it's dead. Okay. I was going to say that's crazy. Okay, so we're going to leave, and this is where it gets tricky in this aircraft, and why I normally don't fly Slant-Alpha, is using this course thing is kind of a disaster. Oh, it works now. It used to skip super left, super right. Just go nuts on you. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It used to go like this, like when you would try to just do simple movements, and it doesn't. Does this one work? Wow. Okay. Color me surprised. Is that still an expression? Awesome. We're going to leave at 9 degrees. But how do you, can you use the mouse wheel? Can't use the mouse wheel though. I know if I go between the seats I can use the mouse wheel, but then I'm at the mercy of going like this. You know, like that. And that's silly. So anyway, okay, we're gonna leave at 9 degrees, and then we'll change to 8 degrees, and then we get to the airport. We'll come in at 20 degrees, leave at 36, do our arc. Okay, so I think flight plan stuff is, for the most part, ready to go. So we are not going to, whoop, let's put you away. We are not going to hit CDI on GPS. We're going to keep CDI and VLOC. There we go. Okay, oh, the sun's coming up. It's taking us a long time. Okay. The flight plan GPS. Good. CDI and GPS. No. CDI is going to be VLOC. Avidyne. I just like to mess with this. It really doesn't matter. Weather shows up, though, which is cool. I don't think this stuff matters. Does it? No. It's fun. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Okay. Radios, instruments. We just did that, you know, because we didn't use GPS. Altimeter, barometer. Yes, we have finally real weather. We've had so many flights without real weather. That's finally nice to have some. Click on the airport itself. And what do we got? 299er3. Correct way. There we go. Look at that. We're at sea level. What is that? 10 feet? 16 feet? Almost degrees. All right, what's the weather of this place? Whoops, wrong on the screen. We're already there. 10 knots. 230. So it's coming from 230. So we want to pick a runway. Take off the 0. We want to pick a runway closest to 23. What do we have? We have a 24. So we're going to take off runway 24, which has to be this little one. That has to be 24. Yeah. So we're just going to taxi to our left. And keep doglegging left until we get to there. Short runway, but we don't need any more than that. Very cool. All right. Hopefully the weather doesn't go crazy and change at our destination, because I'm all set up for runway 23. But in real life, hey, you know, you'll get halfway there and they'll say, or almost there, and they'll say, change the runway. But the difference is you have ATC to vector you and guide you. you're not a sim pilot with monitors and recording software that you can't decouple and then change your PDF all around, you know. It's a little different than ATC helping out. All right, so test overspeed and stall is not over here. Okay, turn the furnace on. Overspeed. And stall, hopefully you don't hear those. Test the warning and caution lights. I think I have a preset for that. There we go. Good. All right. Push that. Cabin pressure down here. We're going to fly, gosh, 180? 118. 118. Yeah, we'll get up to 16. Wait a second. 16,000 feet. We need to get above that to clear terrain. Gosh, did I write down what the terrain was? Well, I know we're going to approach at 10,000. Let's do 20. That's coming down 10, though. Let's do 18,000, and if we have to climb, we'll... Jeez, I don't know. I don't want to decouple my software to see what the terrain is. I do have another computer behind me. Nah, let's just go 19. Let's fly at 19,000. So we'll set this to 20. You're supposed to pretend there's a marker in here that doesn't exist. This we just play with so that we end up with those in the green. And if they're in the red, you're dead. That's all I care about. All right. Air valve's already open. Auto feather to arm. Where are you? There you are. Auto feather, auto feather. Wow, it's been a long time. Auto feather. Arm. Auto ice. Stall. Pipedo heat. And prop sync. A. Auto feather off. Auto feather arm. Okay, arm. Prop sync on autopilot. Autopilot. I'm thinking of the movie Airplane. Autopilot. Yeah, 19,000 feet. We'll go right up there. 19,000 feet. Good. Ooh, we get to do this different. No, we don't. Nav, which will couple us to V-lock. Boom, this thing. Alt select. Actually, I didn't even do that. Watch this. Climb. There we go. 2-button approach. Let's climb at 2,200 feet per minute, like usual. Piece of cake. Told you it was easy. This is not like riding a bike, though. I'm forgetting a lot of things. TCAS on, doesn't matter. I guess we do have some AI aircraft. Taxi lights on. Taxi lights on. We'll do... That's at the end. Taxi. There you go. I said taxi, please. There. Whoa. That was strange. These should be on. I totally forgot about those. Yeah, there we go. I thought it looked dark back there. We also need fasten seatbelt. I missed that entire row from my checklist. That's all on there. Cabin on. Overhead. Cabin full reading. Fasten seatbelt. Okay, whatever. All right. We are ready to taxi. I think. Like I said, go. Yeah, there we go. We'll just make a super sharp left and go down the road. That's a road. We should get pushed back. We could do better pushback. I'm not going to. Gotta be kind of weird in this thing. I have a better preset. Where is it? There. Taxiing should go to hear it. There we go. We are going to do this the old-fashioned way. Release parking brake. And turbo prop backward reversers this thing. There we go, just like that. I mean, it's unrealistic to drive on the road, but it's not entirely realistic to do this. So I guess either way, we're just kind of breaking some rules. Ooh, don't. There we go. And then parking brake. Thank you. Okay, good enough. So now we are going to taxi. Conditions low idle. They are. Taxi lights on. Begin taxi. And then props down. So here's our taxi view. And parking brake off. And rudder pedals are smooth as silk. First set of flaps down. Let's see. So I said we're going to go left. They're going to keep going to the left till we get to runway 24, I think I said. Should we have a look around while we're trying to taxi here? That looks pretty awesome. This is my view when I'm riding airplanes. My head plastered to the window, or my face plastered to the window anyway. That's how I like to look. All right, so let's see. Is there much to see? I guess the sun is rising. That's kind of cool. That windsock is blowing like crazy, but we have the right runway selection because that's the direction the windsock is going. Nice looking airport. Someone put a lot of work into this. Look at those mountains. Wow. Have to go left. There we go. Oh, it's so much easier to taxi backwards when I have rudder pedals. Alright, there we go. Big open airfield. I'm going to turn this corner and I'll meet you at the end of that runway. Alright, this is our final taxiway here. Let's hop inside. Get ready to do the other things we need to do. I have all my throttle back and we're gaining speed, which is kind of strange. My rudder pedals are way too close to my chair. Oh, much better. Oh, now I have better control. Okay, should have done that 10 minutes ago. Alright, so we're going to wait for some other aircraft here. So let's just stop. Ooh, that all or nothing thing. Let's kind of creep up close to the stop line though. Oh, look at those reflections off the gauges from the sun. Amazing. Alright, stop there. Set the parking brake. We're going to come up here. Get these lights on. And turn all these off. That should come off. That should come off. And that should come off. Which means it looks all nice and dark back here. Alright, so let's just double check. Flaps down, lights, 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 yes, taxi lights, landing lights, anti-collision, flight nav, trim for takeoff. Why am I not remembering this silly preset? Jeez Louise. Go just like that. Heading bug, we'll hit that when we head out on the runway, just in case we screw up. Alright, so here we go. Pull onto the runway now. There's a plane over there taking off. Apparently we're not using the active runway, even though this is best suited for the weather. So the sim must not calculate that. Plus this is the shorter runway. But see that airplane taking off over there? I think he back taxied to take off, or maybe he landed and he back taxied. Not sure, but it's interesting. Oh, he's gaining speed. He's going to take off. Let's see if we can keep him in our sights here. There you go. There's rotation. Very nice looking, but we have to line up on a runway here. And of course we missed it. Oh boy, right over our heads. But this is the correct runway based on weather, so let's straighten out a little bit. There we go. And stop. And set the parking brake. Hit the heading bug in case we screw up autopilot. And where's autopilot and a gauge on this? It's right there. Okay. Alrighty. I think we're about ready to go. Conditioners to high idle. Props to full or whatever. And set the clock. And there we go. Okay. We're off. Boom. Throttle's forward. We have 2 minutes to bring them back or else they start on fire, but we're not going to worry about that right now. And... oh, come on. Not used to this. Rotate already. It's STOL, so it'll take like 2 minutes. 2 seconds, I mean. Gear coming in, flaps coming in. And where is our vertical speed indicator? There we go. And we should do autopilot now. And isn't it going to take us? It's taking us. It's going to turn us all the way around instead of to the... okay, it's going to go all the way around left instead of to the right. Whatever. No, that's not right. That's not what autopilot's supposed to do. I didn't think so. Let's hand fly this thing. Because something strange is going on. Alright, let's see. We want to follow those arrows. Let's get our vertical speed down so we can, you know, not crash. Keep our speed up for a little bit anyway. We'll just hand fly this thing around this corner. We have rudder boost, so I'm not going to worry about using the rudder. Let's keep our vertical speed up. And let's look outside for a quick second. Well, this is really hard to do and keep it smooth. I just want to look at where we're leaving from. We're going out over the ocean. Okay, we got to fly a plane. We can't do it like this. We got to stay inside the cockpit. Yep, if you want to be realistic. We can bank a little more steeply though. Let's bring our throttles and props back a little bit so we don't end up on fire while we're doing this. Everything's in the green. We'll fine tune a moment later. We're just going to keep going. Around and around and around we go. I could do it like this, but I don't want to. All right, we're just going to line up with the green line, and then we'll line up with the arrows. And then we'll figure out why autopilot didn't engage. Or else we'll just flip the switch manually. All right, so we're only 3 miles over the VOR, so let's not go too aggressively towards the green line because we're just going to have to zip back to the other side anyway. Oh, that's cool down there. Look at that city down there. Acapulco. Very cool. All right, let's trim this thing down because I'm really fighting this to stay at 2200. There. There we go. Let's just aim a little more towards the green line in between. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm aiming between the arrows in the line, and then what should happen, because we're only 2.5 miles away, is that we should cross that green line, then we'll line up the arrows. I want to keep climbing though pretty aggressively just because of these mountains. That's what we're doing. And so far so good. I feel the wind. I'm not used to that. See, we're drifting towards the right, even though our attitude indicator was pretty level. Have a look out over the ocean. Look how smooth this is. Oh my gosh, this is so smooth. I don't have much time to look around though because we're going to cross that VOR any second. And see, we're drifting off because I'm not paying attention because I'm sightseeing. Alright, so we crossed the VOR when I wasn't looking because now our distance is going away. So let's go more towards that green line because we're actually going away from it. Oh, there's moving. There we go. Good, so we're going to cross over it, and now let's turn towards those arrows. Hopefully we'll catch it here. Again, we're doing all this by hand. Oh boy, look at that, right over the mountains. Good thing we're climbing. And we should line up pretty close. Pretty close here. There we go. Not too bad considering I haven't done this before in this aircraft, nor have I hand flown this long. Well, we have to keep our ascent steep. There we go. A little bit more to the right to get that arrow lined up perfectly, or the line lined up perfectly with the arrow. There we go. Keep that ascent. Keep ascending 2200 or even steeper. There we go. Now we're lined up with arrows. I'm talking about the green line. So now we're going to aim at that arrow. Now remember, tracking versus heading. So we can keep our heading exactly with those arrows. But we may drift off the line, right? Well, let's keep our ascent going. I know we're at 10,000. We're going to keep the landing lights on for a while here. There we go. Boom. So see how we're tracking to the right of the arrow to stay on that green line? If I were to line up the arrow, we would get off the green line. So we're heading one way, but we're tracking another. I think I just said that backwards, but you get the idea. Our heading is to the right of the green arrow, but our tracking is the green arrow because we're staying lined up with that line. We got to keep our ascent up, or else we're going to run into these mountains. All right, let's see if autopilot will engage if I click it manually. Let's see. There we go. Now it worked. Okay, so whatever I have on my yoke isn't compatible with the autopilot in this airplane, which is fine. But we did it. That's pretty good for the first time I've ever done that in this thing. We followed that line perfectly. My ascent suffered a little bit, but all right, there we go. Is this 2 or 1? Okay, this is 2. So we're heading towards, we're already picking up the next VOR. So what I could do, like I said, is I could do this, where I do heading bug for a second, right? And then hit heading, which shouldn't do anything different. I guess it's going to a little bit. And then we're picking up VOR 2 already. So let's just line up with VOR 2, right? Why not? Why not? So 8 degrees on VOR 2. So let's move this back to 8 degrees. No, wait, hang on a second. No, I said that wrong. Let's flip this. So heading is holding that. Let's flip this. Now let's do 8 degrees. Oh, come on. Now let's do 8 degrees. One more, there we go. Now let's hit nav again. Now it should realign us up with inbound. There we go. Perfect. So that will work. So now, how's everything looking though? Let's make sure our gauges are fine. Oh yeah, we can even just goose the daylights out of this thing. There we go. All right, good. How are we looking on terrain? Although we're, you know, IFR, we shouldn't be caring about terrain. Okay. Look how smooth these frame rates are with all those clouds. Amazing. All right, a couple things we got to do now. We got some management things to do. I'm gonna keep landing lights on. No, I'm not. Nope, we're professionals. Or are we? Let's turn those off. Okay, let's get the next radio set up. So, we're already heading into 113. So now, let's turn this one to 115.9. Let's turn this. Shouldn't turn us. Why are you turning? Why are you turning? Oh, crap. Whoops. VOR1, please. There we go. Oopsie. I forgot I was on VOR2. VOR1. Oh, this is going to hunt like crazy because it wants to line us back up. VOR1 is still fine, though, because we come down here, and it's 113.10, and we come down here, and it's still 9 degrees. We actually want 8 degrees. Let's do that quickly. Can I get it to 8? Or is it going to be all screwed up? Ah, 8. There we go. All right. 18,000 feet, 29902. Although I know that's just U.S. standards, but whatever. Okay. Now we can relax. We got this on VOR1. VOR1 is 113.1. And then we got 115.9. How come I got 115.9 ready to go? Because it's the same. 115.9 to 113.1 back to 115.9. When our sim map gets closer, I'm going to double check that. But that's what I wrote down. Because like I said, it's 115.6. Why are you turning? Oh, because it wanted us to really line up with that arrow. I gotcha. So we're not tracking that far. Okay, I'm making a lot of commentary mistakes, and I apologize. I'm just really nervous because I want to do a decent job. This is the first time flying this airplane this way, and we have some crazy terrain down there, and the approach is going to be crazy too. Relax. Relax, relax, relax. We're at cruise. Everything is good. Our fuel is fine. We're almost in the red, so let's spin this back. I think. There we go. That's coming down. Everything's in the green here. And we're good for the next 90 miles. Okay, now let's calculate our VNAV for our top of descent. Nope, we're going to go Slant-Alpha and figure out top of descent myself. 83 miles out, we're finally going to get to some sightseeing. I think my commentary now should be more accurate. Look at that, ground speed 300 knots. Even though our airspeed is 200. Wow, we're cooking. Okay, time for some sightseeing. And then we'll cross the VOR, and that's where we'll reconvene and fine-tune our top of descent. All right, so we're checking the sim map, and the sim map actually says 115.9 again for our next VOR. So we are going to keep that tuned in. It's in our second radio, so we can check it in a moment. It's in our main radio on standby, although it's active on our second one. And then I was just looking at HSI, so the TEQ, Tango Echo Quebec, that is the VOR we're tuned into. And we're on the 9th degree radio going in, even though of course it's set to 8. That's the whole tracking versus anything, probably 17 nautical miles away and 3 minutes time. So what we're going to do when we cross over this, because we're going to exit in the same course, if I look at my map, we were actually supposed to approach at 9 and leave at 8. We're just keep it on 8 for the course. I do have it written down 40 miles to the next VOR. I thought I missed that. Okay, 40 miles. For, let's say we're doing 4 miles a minute, because normally when we double the speed, we're doing 8 miles per minute, 727. So let's say 4 miles per minute. We have to come down 1,000 feet per minute. We have to come down 9. So that's 9 minutes to come down. 4 miles per minute. 4 times 9 is 36. So 36 miles out we have to come down. Wow, that was way more complicated than it needed to be. So 36 miles out, it's going to be a chop of descent. We're going to get ready to see if we can tune in the next VOR. And then this DME, I'm assuming, is based off of the ILS or localizer for DME, because how would we keep DME? We could do DME from the VOR because it's on top of each other. The VOR is at the airport, but we don't have 2 radios that will tell us DME at the same time. So we're going to try just tuning the localizer using that as DME to ARC. That's what I'm going to try to do. And then we have our little pointy things here. For number 2, I'll put in the VOR, which is already in there, 115.9. And then we'll have localizer in 1. And let's keep those lined up. That's what we're going to do. 1 minute away. We don't need to make any changes. I just want to see if we can pick up the next VOR. So what we're going to do after we cross this is set the heading bug, check VOR 2, because VOR 2 is set to 159. See if we pick it up yet. Actually, you know what? Yes, we do, because it's right here. Of course it is. Overthinking it. This is nav 2, VOR 2, 115.9, and it picks it up already. Good. So let's do that now then. Let's come here and do heading bug. Heading bug. Thank you. Do heading. Tune in the next VOR. Like this. And then same course. Same course for now. Eventually we're going to go in at 20 degrees. But not for... see, that's the thing. We don't have ATC to line us up. So we're going to keep going at 8 degrees here. But then eventually we want to come in at 20. But we don't have ATC to line us up. So should we just do 20 now? We might as well. Right? Because we don't have ATC to tell us what it's going to be. So let's do 20. Come on. 2 more. 1 more. 1 more. Guess we have to come down here and do it. Was it that? Where's my arrows? Is it this direction? That was 22. So come back. 1, 2. There we go. Let's just do it that way. Let's hit nav now. And what? Why do we have both? That was weird. Nav. Nav, please. Maybe it's too far away to tune us in. I mean, it's 43 miles, so my calculations were correct. When I say 36, we come down. 115.9er, VOR 1. Autopilot set to nav. Why isn't it bringing us towards that? Well, if we have to use the heading bug to maneuver, we will, but let's just keep it, because I know we're not in any big of trouble, because we're still at 8 outbound from the previous VOR, so we're still fine. We're not going to run into any train or anything, so we should be good there. And when that gets to 36, we'll start coming down 1,000 feet per minute. And we'll get our weather, destination weather, just before we come down, because we'll be going below 18,000 feet. And then I have my chart in front of me. Let's get our localizer tuned in, 109.7. So let's get that ready to go. 109.7. VOR2, radio 2 will never leave this VOR now, because that is going to point at the airport at all, the middle of the airport. Then that's how we'll know when our arc, we'll do an arc based on that, but we'll get our DME based on the localizer, I guess. Because we need localizer. Anyway, we need to be 10,000 feet over the airport, do our arc at 10,000 feet, 10 nautical miles out from the localizer, 10,000 feet. Then within 6, we got to drop down, inbound at 232. So we'll be hand flying by that point anyway. So once we cross over, we'll cross over the runway, switch to hand flying, use the green double arrow to know where the airport is. And then once we'll tune in the localizer, set our course to 232. I think I got it. It's really kind of a waste to talk about it when I'm just going to have to do it. But anyway, we've got, whoops, we're already blew through our top of descent, didn't we? All right, let's bring this down to 10,000 feet because I'll be taking over by hand anyway. So let's bring this down to 10,000 feet. And we'll descend, I think it's 800 feet per minute, but I have it calculated for 900 feet per 1,000 feet per minute. We don't have to worry about our speed. We're not gonna, we might overspeed, but we're not gonna break the speed limit. 18,000 feet. We got to get our destination weather. Where did that airport go? Right here. Mike, X-ray. Weather. Please tell me the weather didn't change. 200. Good. Take away the zeros. 20. 23 is right by 0. 7 knots. Well, barely across wind. 30, 32. Hello. 30. 32. The only problem we can run into is clouds go to the ground, but we will have the localizer. 30, 32 it is. Okay. Runway 23 will be perfect for wind at 200. Okay. I guess this is going to be 23 left. So this one here. This one here. Wind is coming from here. So there we go. Good. Okay. All right. Let's bring back throttle so we don't overspeed. And then at 10,000, actually let's turn landing lights now because 10,000 is like we're going to be approaching. Okay, everybody hang tight. This is where it gets fun. In fact, if we slow down more vertical or horizontally, it will buy us more time to get down vertically. So we only have to come down 7,800 feet, 23 miles. Oh boy. So the plan, when I cross the airport, I'll use the heading bug for a second, tune in the localizer, and then fly by hand for the arc. And then there should be an airport down there somewhere in these clouds. In fact, we're probably getting to the city now. I see the terrain going to a valley and a bunch of buildings down there. All right, one more quick bit of sightseeing. We only got 20 minutes to sightsee. That's like 2 minutes. Bring back my speed a little bit to buy us some time, and I'll catch you in a very brief moment. Alright, I'm doing something right because we avoided all that train. But when I look down here, our autopilot did not follow what it's supposed to do. So I don't know what's going on with autopilot. It did not keep up with our radio. So let's do heading bug. And let's move this heading bug this way so that we use this arrow to line us up with the airport because this is not going the way it's supposed to go. So let's see. Let's keep going a little bit more here. Line us up because that's where the airport is. So since we're using heading bug, let's just switch this to the localizer. And we have DME. Look at that. Excellent. So we have DME on the localizer, so that's what we're going to use to fly our arc. So it's going exactly as planned. We're at 14,000. We have 9 miles to get to 10,000. I think we're going to be perfect there too. So let's just enjoy this train for a moment together, because holy cow, does that look awesome. Look at that. Let's look out the other side here. There we go. Oh wow, the city is coming into view there too. Good. So this is working as planned. I must have done something right because we are well below the train, but all around us, we are, you know, there's train above us now. See this? We're in this valley. And I know, yeah, okay, good, frame rates are still high. We got the micro stutters. That's just an X-plane thing, and they acknowledge that. But the frame rates are up there, despite the micro stutters, with all this terrain, the weather, and full detail. Well, this is so exciting. Let's take a screenshot of that. In fact, back this up a little bit. Take a screenshot of that. That's amazing. But we have to fly plane. Okay, so where are we? 5 miles. We'll fly the arc around 180 miles per hour knots, I think. Look at this weather. Oh my gosh, look at that grid system down there. That must be the airport there then. It is, because, okay, that has to be the airport, right? Yeah, why wouldn't it be the airport? Let's look, no, we don't want to use the GPS. I assume that's the airport. Yeah, there's a double runway. So there's the airport. So let's get the landing lights on. I already did. Everything's ready to go. Let's kill these. We do not need the map lights on. What's going on? Okay. I think we are ready to break free of autopilot. Where is it? Right there. Turn all these things off so I don't have to look at them anymore. And wow, the wind just took over. Okay. There we go. So now we are going to go outbound. Okay, I actually wanted to change that course. It's 232, right? I should have done this before I killed autopilot. This needs to be 230. Oh, look, careful here. 232. Come on, 233. Where are we? We're at 0.6. Okay, so now we're supposed to leave at 36 degrees. And we got a little bit to go. So we still got to come down here and get one more off of that. There we go. Nope, wrong way. Come back down here. We got to start going outbound. 1, 2. 232. We're set. That can go away. We really got to pay attention to what we're doing. We're supposed to be leaving at 36 degrees a long time ago. So right now we're at, oh, that's 36 degrees right there. Boom. Okay. So coming down still. Let's fly this at 180 knots. We're not at 36 degrees. We're at 10 degrees. Slow the plane down. Still descend 1,000 feet per minute. We're going to end up perfect. Wow. I can't believe it. I really want to sightsee. I really, really, really want to sightsee. But we can't. Oh my gosh. We might have to do a replay of this. Okay, 36 degrees is how I get out 10 nautical miles. And we're going to do an arc. And then we should pick up the localizer. The green arrows down here on the HSI tell us the runway position and where we are and lined up with the runway. We're at 5 miles. Do you think we can do the low contrail things? Think we can do a quick sightsee? Oh my gosh, look at the big city buildings. Okay, let's not. I really want to. It's so hard. Let's stay at 36 degrees until we get 10 nautical miles. Okay, we're coming up on 10,000 feet. So we're going to level off here in a second, get comfortable in my chair. I know we can do this. I know we can do this. All right, let's start leveling off a little bit. Leveling off by increasing throttle, because if we pitch up, it'll slow us down. Although we do want to slow down a little bit. But let's trim this thing a little bit too, so that we slowly level off. Look at that. Oh my gosh, all that detail. Look at this. Okay, let's start leveling off. I'm trimming up to level off actually, because I want to stay about 180. I'm just picking that out of my head. Okay, half a mile till we have to do an arc. Let's just quickly look around super fast. Oh my gosh, look at this. I do not like those like contrail things. I know it's not contrail, it's just stuff off the wings. Okay, there's 10. So now we're going to arc, try to stay as close to 10 as possible. Let's Let's see how this works. Do not descend yet. Do not descend. A little bit of throttle so we don't go below 180. And we got to slow down that counter. We're 11 miles out, so we would not be passing the test right now. If we were trying to fly an arc, we would not pass the test. There's 10,000. Keep that speed about 180 though. Okay, now we got the distance thing to slow down, but it's still, no, we would not be passing the arc test right now. But whatever. Who cares? We're having too much fun. Look at this. Okay, what are we doing? 10,000 feet. Stay at 10,000 feet. Keep our speed up. Okay, we're going to do 11.7 nautical mile arc, because that's what we're holding right now. 11.7. Whatever. Well, yeah. Keep an eye on our speed and our altitude. You want to stay at 10,000, not look out the window. There we go. We're getting a little bit better on our arc. I mean, this isn't horrible. I'm not good at flying arcs. I never claimed to be, but we are staying on 180 now, and we're kind of staying level. And then basically we just want to swing all the way around. Okay, why aren't we picking up localizer? 109.7, because now we're pointing at the airport, but our runway isn't. Okay, so now what are we? We're 9, so at 4.4, you want to be down to 8,700. I'm going to point at our airport using my left, this thing here. But why aren't we picking up localizer? We're supposed to pick up the localizer at 10 miles out, and we're 8. Our localizer is set to 109.7. Maybe it's not in the sim. Oh boy. Well, let's just do this. When that compass over here, when that arrow lines up with this arrow, then we'll turn in. That's what we'll do. We're just going to fly this path. So I am still IFR. I'm not looking out the window. Okay, there we go. Localizer's been picked up at 7.2. So let's just keep going this way. Let's slow way down. Props forward. Gear can come down now. That'll help us with some speed. And then we'll get flaps out soon. I'm not looking out the window. I'm doing all this with the gauges. Localizer's still not moving. And we're closer than 4. So this would be a terrible approach. Oh, there's a glide slope. We're below glide slope, so let's level off. Okay. All right, stay on that glide slope. Keep the speed up. We don't need second set of flaps yet. We have a little bit of crosswind landing from the left, but it's so little I'm not going to worry about it. We're 3 miles in and we haven't picked it up yet, so we would do a go around, although I don't know where we go around, into the mountains. Okay, we're a little bit above glide slope. This is going to be a sharp, 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 sharp turn to the right, I can just tell. I'm not looking out the window. You can if you want to, but I'm not. Let's try to stay on that glide slope. This would not pass any tests. This would be a big fail right here. Okay, let's not go below glide slope. Speed is steady. Let's get within final approach speed. Because I have a feeling we're going to have a super sharp turn to the right, and we're going to have a very quick. Yeah, okay, let's stay up at glide slope. We're not going below glide slope. A little bit of speed or throttle to decrease the descent rate. Pitch up to slow down, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to pitch down either. I want to stay at the speed. Where is our localizer? Because we're really close to there. It is. Boom. Turn now. Now. Turn. We're going to go past the runway. Runway in sight. There it is. Okay. Second set of flaps. A little bit of crosswind from the left, although feels like the right, but whatever. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. There we go. Runway in sight. We're going to use the PAPI now. I guess, no, let's use the glide slope like we're supposed to. Stay on the glide slope. Try to level off. Final approach speed. Perfect. We want to touch down like 104 if we can not swing this thing around so much. We're below glide slope, it says. That's because you land halfway down the runway if you follow the glide slope. Runway in sight. Let's just follow this. And we have a very long runway. We are not in a hurry. Look at that sightseeing out the window. I'll let you sightsee. I'm not going to. Okay, here we go. And we are going to suck down. It's not fixed yet, by the way. Here we go. Slight flare. We'll just ride this out, let it get sucked down. And there's the suction, barely. There we go. Nose wheel down gently. Right rudder, reversers. A lot of right rudder. Holy cow, that was too much. There we go. Flaps coming in. And we'll just roll this out because we don't have to. We don't have to slam on the brakes here. Let's exit on the speed left. Oh my gosh, my rudders. What's going on? Okay. Wow. There. I wasn't panicking, was I? Considering this airplane's suction issue hasn't been totally fixed, Carenado is promising me an update, but they said this plane is 20th on the list, and I think they've got 6 updated, so we've got like 14 airplanes to go. It is going to be updated with the fix so it doesn't get sucked down, but considering we get sucked down, I think it compensated quite nicely, actually, and nose wheel down came down gently, so good. Good landing, terrible approach. That would not have passed any exams. But hey, it's a special restriction airport. I've never done Slant-Alpha. I've never done a localizer in this thing. I mean, I've never done Slant-Alpha in this. Nor have I done a localizer in this. Nor do I know the area. I think that wasn't half bad, to be honest. Okay, we have to get our lights set up and stop the clock. 48-minute flight time. Let's get the correct lights going here so we don't blind people and upset too many people. There we go. I can relax now. This flight has been on my mind for a couple months, and I can finally relax about it. Look at that scenery. Wow. Wow. Okay. I can relax. Okay, so what are we going to do? Shutdown checklist. Oh yeah, we can do all the cabin lights for people too, but I want to pull off first. Normally you do this at the stop sign, but I was in such a panic to get off the runway here. And I don't know where we're going. Props back to taxi already, by the way. Conditioners low idle, by the way. Let's just head to this hangar here. If I can I also do their lights while I'm at it? I don't know if this is going to work. So far, so good. Okay. So far, so good. There we go. We're just going to zigzag on through here. Alright, let's just slow this thing down and pull up to this. Props back, which I love this sound. If I can find my preset. There it is. And pull back the conditioners and turn off all the lights except leave those, and then external power. There we go. Now we can turn the generators and the battery off because we have external power hooked up, and turn off whatever I want, basically. There we go. Okay, not half bad. Oh, I didn't turn that on. Interesting. There we go. Kick this thing open. It literally says kick here. But that's not the click spot. Where's the click spot? Up here? There it is. And then we walk out here and open you. And we come outside. And we swing around. Whoa, I see, that time I was right. My outside preset is different every time. Static elements, baggage door. Baggage door. Thank you very much. And there you go. Welcome to Mexico, Acapulco. Hang on. We are going to look at the scenery together. Oh my word. And the smooth frame rates. I can't believe it. Wow. Let's keep going a little bit here till the clouds screw us up. Look at that. Mexico City. Hopefully you enjoyed the flight. I certainly did. As I've said before, I kind of wish I would have practiced that to make it smoother, but that would defeat the whole purpose of why I'm doing this. So hopefully enjoy the flight, even with my hiccups and my screw-ups and everything. I certainly enjoyed flying it regardless. If you are a regular subscriber, thank you for your continued support. If you found me by accident, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. If you have a request of your own, let me know in the comments, and I will fly it as long as flight time is within about an hour to an hour and a half, and it includes an aircraft I already have. So just cruise the channel to see what aircraft I've been using. Freeware aircraft, let me know. I'll look into it. Payware, I don't have the funds unless you know somebody who wants to sponsor me. Otherwise, I'm not sure where we're going next. Actually, yes, I do. We're going to stay in Mexico just a little bit. We're going to replicate a short little trip my wife took without me a couple months back. Look at those cloud shadows. Wow. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And like usual, I'll catch you on the next one.